everybody, it's Mish here, and today we're going to be doing another card in my playlist, which is a card a week till Christmas. I'm not sure which card number we're on right now, but this is the one that we're going to make today, and it's again one of my favorites. I've been making this for a long time. I didn't invent it. Most of the cards that I'm doing on my playlist are oldies but goodies. But really effective and really easy and quick to make. And as we're, leading up to Christmas, it's definitely, you can make it as a Christmas card, design it, put any kind of decorations on it that you like. But today, we're going to be making this one. Sorry if I was off frame there a bit. In Canada, we have 8.5 by 11 letter size sheets. You're just going to take one of those. You're going to cut it in half so that you get a panel that is 4.25 by 5.5. So that measures 4.25 by 5.5. So then what you're going to do is you're going to fold it in half. Okay. And then I have scored this, but you didn't have to. But basically what you're going to do is then fold it in half, the top panel back on itself, so that you get this kind of a Z fold with a bigger panel at the back. All right, so it's as easy as that. So for your inner panel, the large inside mat, that measures 4 by 5.25. Okay, and I'm basically just going to stick that down with a little bit of tape runner. Right now I'm using Elmer's tape runner. You don't have to weld it down. And then often what I do is I kind of check and see what my borders are before I put my mat down. So it's about that much. So I'm just going to try to get it evenly around. Okay. So then you have two other panels that we need to decorate. So this panel here will probably be your sentiment panel. So where you would, or not your sentiment, but your note panel where you might write a little note. Alternatively, you could put another sheet of white on the back or not, and just use that as a writing space. But I'm going to put these two panels down. They both measure, what do they measure? 2.5 by 4. So the outside mat of pattern paper and the inside mat of plain paper both measure 2.5 by 4. If you are using directional paper, meaning that your paper goes in one direction, otherwise it's upside down or sideways, then just make sure that you get your paper aligned the right way. So I'm just going to put this mat down, and I'm trying to line up the edges, the ends, with the panel I already have down. And then we'll get this one down. And like I said, this is relatively a quickie. It's just, some cutting of the panels. With this pattern paper, I actually stamped this out myself. So I just did a one sheet wonder and just stamped it all out and used it for this project. So for the top panel, that measures 3 by 4. So that's this one here is 3 inches by 4 inches, and the little mat that goes with it is 2/3 by 3, 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. So I'm just gonna put that down. And for this mat here that I'm putting down as a plain piece, you could put designer or pattern paper. Whatever you have, just use what's in your stash. I am going to take a bone folder though and really press that down because I want that fold to be nice and crisp and stay open. So we might need to press it back that way, and then press that. Okay. So, so what I think I'll do before I actually put the panel on is I'm going to decorate that. So I've already gone ahead and cut out some bits and pieces. So I have this leaf die cut that I stamped and then cut out. I've got that little blue flower. I have a couple little sprigs, and then I have this little butterfly. So I also have a few little gems and a piece of silver string or little thread, I guess, just a metallic thread. So one thing we can do, excuse me for reaching, is color these little beads the color that you may want to help decorate your project. So I'm just taking an alcohol marker, I'm just coloring that little bead, and I think that will look better in on my flower. But I'm just going to leave that to dry for a second. I'm going to take out one of these gems. I think they're all attached. And I think I got these at the dollar store. I'm going to put that in my butterfly. Give him a little bling bling. And then I'm just going to lay down, just using some Elmer's glue here. And I'm not putting a lot on. It is a water-based glue, so if you put too much, it's going to cause your paper to warp. And then I've already got a bit of a template here that I arranged for the demo, so I can kind of follow that. If not, then audition your pieces, lay things down until you like it. You can take a picture with your camera if you think you're going to forget how you arranged it, and then just start putting down your bottom layers first. So that's these little sprigs. Put that up kind of towards the top there. And then there was one down here kind of underneath the this bigger leaf here. So I can try to pull that up a little bit and stick that under there. Okay, and I know the butterfly was kind of up towards the top there, so we can get him down. And I'm only kind of do the middle of him and bend it a little bit, because then it kind of gives the butterfly a little bit of dimension. I didn't really do that with this one. I did, but maybe flattened out. So we'll let that dry, and I think my colored bead will be dry. Oops. I just want to see. Okay. So then I just gently take it off, stick it on my flower, except it's giving me grief right now. There we go. And I think it just adds a little bit to the flower, right? But you could go white. I mean, that if you want a cleaner look, sure, you can do, it's your card. And use whatever die cuts and things that you have, or stamps, or if you do art, if you do your own flowers and stuff. I'm not that great at drawing, so okay. So then for this piece, we should have a sentiment, which is right here. I've already stamped this out just on a piece of white paper, but I want to put some silver thread behind it, so I'm just going to put a line of adhesive there, and then I'm going to push down one end and then just make a little loop. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, and it doesn't have to be a huge sweeping loop. So, and I'm just going to do whatever I have the length of my string. So if I've got enough for 2 there, and then I'll cut off the end so that the end isn't showing. There we go. So then I've made some loop-de-loos, and I'm just going to prop that up with some dimensionals. So dimensionals, for those of you who don't know, is just like some foam tape, but they've been cut into shapes. So if you have the dimensionals, or if you just have a roll of foam tape, then you can just use that. So I'm going to just get this down onto the card and pop that down. And again, you can decorate this as a Christmas card or a birthday card or thank you card. It's basically the type of card that I just wanted to showcase today. So then we're just going to stick that down wherever. This one here, I've stuck it roughly so that the borders are equal. So we'll try to get that down. I think I will use glue, just because with glue you do have a little bit more wiggle room to try and realign or adjust the card. So let's say about there, and we'll press that down. Okay, and so for the envelope, I just took the stamp that I used for the flower there. I just stamped that on the envelope just to have a coordinating envelope. And there's another little sweet card that it doesn't take very long to put together. So if you did like this, please give me a like. And I would love if you would subscribe. And for those of you who have, thank you very much. It's very appreciated. Leave a comment. And until next week, bye for now, and I hope you have a great week.